chocolate, flowers. You can have it all here on this week's episode of Let's Talk Tobago. It's been an eventful week and we have the latest news for you in this half-hour show. Can you guess where we're taking our show this week? Stay with us. I'm Davia Chambers and this is Let's Talk Tobago. Cove to welcome cutting-edge designs to the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park. We walk with Autism Tobago to raise awareness for autism, and later we join Wyclef Jean at World Music Night. These stories and more when Let's Talk Tobago continues. Stay with us.
I was introduced to the marine environment by my biology teacher when I was 14 years old, and I decided to make it my passion. So I've been diving for almost 32 years. I decided, listen, this is the job for me. I also find great joy in introducing the kids to that environment because that's our future. I am Alvin Douglas. I'm a dive shop operator at the Tobago Beach facility, and tourism is all a waiting.
Sure Things Cafe and Crafts, located in Lambo, was established in 2001 by entrepreneur Giselle Beaubrun. Here, everyone, including vegetarians, can expect to eat their heart's content while taking in some art and craft on sale. Now, the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park welcomes cutting-edge designs, a new local business that provides customers with high-quality products. Here's Omadara Mills to tell us more in this lead story.
Sharon K. Sita Hall transforms pieces of wood like these, covered in dust and out of shape, into functional pieces of furniture or artwork. She is the owner of Cutting Edge Designs, a design and manufacturing company, which has officially opened its doors at the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park. Ms. Sita Hall launched the business to overcome the economic challenges she faced as an interior designer.
I face a lot of difficulties in getting the type of stuff for clients. We always have to outsource or go to the US, and with the economy the way it is now, I found it very difficult doing my job. So I decided that I have the ability and the creativity to make high quality stuff that you can get from abroad in our local market, and it could be sold internationally.
The business uses the latest technology to give clients value for money with unique high-end designs in as little as 24 hours.
Once we do the drawings and get the design, you feed that into this machine and it produces, as I said, you could probably do 4 or 5 kitchens within a day, and then we will assemble and then we could go in and fit for you. So again, we're just trying to speed up because, you know, time is money and we're here to provide a service that is not really here in Tobago.
Ms. Sita Hall chose to set up her business at the Cove Eco-Industrial and Business Park, which she believes shares key objectives with her company.
I think Cove is an excellent place to be right now. There are not many people here, but I love the vision that Cove has, and their concept is kind of very similar to what Cutting Edge is about. We're about sustainability, we're about thinking of our environment, and it's all about the people and being in a place to Tobago to produce beautiful stuff for the people.
Following this opening, Ms. Sita Hall and her team plan to launch the Cutting Edge Designs website and step up their marketing efforts. This will help the company attract customers from Tobago and beyond. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Customers tend to return to Sure Things for a little more each time. That's why in 2014 and 2016, TripAdvisor awarded Sure Things Cafe and Crafts with the Certificate of Excellence. Now, with essay examinations taking place, Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles, who is also the Secretary for Education, Innovation and Energy, visited a few primary schools to greet and offer support and advice to the students before the big day. Let's join them in this next report.
Some of Tobago's secondary entrance assessment C students got a boost ahead of their big day. They were visited by the Chief Secretary Kelvin Charles, who's also the Secretary of Education, Innovation and Energy. At the Wim Anglican Primary School, he encouraged the pupils to stay calm and to do their best. He also urged them to remain diligent at their new schools come September.
As you go to secondary school, you are to continue to do your work. Yeah? Continue to pay attention in class. Do not be a troublemaker. Yeah, I don't think we want any more policemen. We want people who behave in themselves. Yes? And be the best you can be at whatever you choose to be.
Mr. Charles gave the pupils at the Blackrock Government Primary School some advice, telling them they should seek to be outstanding professionals no matter what career they choose in the future.
You still have a number of choices as you enter or go into secondary schools. A number of choices in terms of what you would like to be when you grow up or when you leave school. And if you are not a doctor or a policeman, then there is absolutely nothing wrong. And if you want to be a very good auto mechanic or a joiner or a mason.
Mr. Charles says the Division of Education will do its best to provide the students with the necessary resources to grow into positive and productive citizens.
From where we sit at the level of the Education Division, our responsibility is to provide the options and the choices for you, and that you would be able to make the right choice based on what your interest is.
Visits were also made to the St. Nicholas Private Primary School and the Pentecostal Light and Life Foundation Primary School. I'm Amadara Mills for Let's Talk Tobago.
Sure Things is about to launch a new event to entertain customers. The event, Paint and Lime, is to be launched on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. It encourages persons to paint on canvas with the soothing sound of music while liming and enjoying the moment. The session will be facilitated by a known artist. Now, we all hate needles, and just the thought of it is painful, but vaccines save lives. So have you had your shot? To mark Vaccination Week, a range of vaccines were made available to the public from different parts of the island. Let's have a look at this report.
It's a scary word for adults and children alike, but vaccines can have a positive impact both on your health and your pocket. According to the World Health Organization, immunization is arguably the most cost-effective preventative health intervention measure there is. It prevents 2 to 3 million deaths from diphtheria, tetanus, whooping cough, and measles. So to celebrate Vaccination Week, the Tobago Regional Health Authority and the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development brought vaccines to the public.
Well, generally we know our population have to be vaccinated against those diseases that are transmissible. And we are here and we have it available, so we are offering, because normally what happens, our population would normally, we hope that they would have access to vaccines to our local health center, and our local health center offers to them all, and which is free to the public. So we come to the public. So hence the reason why we give them all that we have, that we think would help them in their life.
During Vaccination Week in Tobago, residents accessed immunization against measles, mumps, the human papillomavirus or HPV, influenza, chickenpox, yellow fever, and hepatitis B at various locations across the island, including the Gulf City Mall.
We started our community development in Glenwood, and all in with the other organization within the environment, and we had approximately 150 people accessing vaccines at that area. Then we went to the office of the county medical office of health, and in that area we had a very fair turnout as well. And we went to Kendall Farm School on Wednesday.
Vaccines also help limit the spread of antibiotic resistance. Vaccinating humans and animals is an effective way of preventing infections, as well as the need for antibiotics. Additionally, global deaths from measles have decreased by 79% due to vaccination programs.
I felt it important for myself, and I protect myself as well as my family. And that you must be doing presentation or after?
Associate with in the village. Actually, never had a yellow fever vaccine before, and really sounds interesting. After you look on the news about how many people are dying from this infection, so decided to get one.
The 15th Vaccination Week of the Americas, hosted by the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, ran from April 22nd to 29th. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Coming up next, we take a walk to raise awareness for autism. Don't go anywhere. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Come, there we go to Tobago, that paradise from by Robinson Crusoe. And it is said, it's the land of tomorrow. Princess Margaret say, come Tobago for holiday. Now the whole world say, come Tobago for holiday.
Interested in Tobago chocolate but don't know where to go? Stop by Tobago Chocolate Delights. It's on the same property as Sure Things Cafe and Craft. They manufacture chocolate bars and truffles using the richest blend of chocolate and local flavors. Get on your walking shoes because in this next story, Autism Tobago is on a walk to raise awareness about autism. Kearney Freitas walks with us in this report.
In commemoration of National Autism Awareness Month, members of Autism Tobago walked from James Park to the Esplanade in Scarborough to raise awareness about this mental condition, which affects the ability to communicate and form relationships with others. The signs of autism usually appear in childhood. This year, the theme brought forward by the United Nations is Towards Autonomy and Self-Determination.
It was just about bringing awareness to the people of Tobago about our mission, which is to improve lives of persons with autism in Tobago and to just bring about overall awareness to the persons around us about persons living in Tobago with autism and to just be aware of autism on a whole, to bring about knowledge and information and compassion, patience, all that is required to deal with persons with autism.
Speech therapists and special schools are helping autistic persons to cope, but more must be done. The Autism Awareness Walk was staged with support from the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development. The public is being encouraged to be a part of the autism movement.
In this year month of autism awareness, I am indeed happy that we continue to demonstrate the need for those of us, or for the rest of us who may not be afflicted with the condition, to recognize that there are those amongst us who are, and they need our assistance and our help.
You can also volunteer to help those with autism by assisting with public awareness activities, fundraising, or sponsoring a child in an educational or therapeutic program. Creating awareness about the challenges parents of autistic children face will also help those children find their place in society.
I'm a parent of an autistic son, and you're thinking that, would your child become independent to be able to handle their own business or be able to, just have, handle their legal things, be independent, living on their own, things like that. You want to see persons with autism because they can, live on their own, they can have jobs, they can do things, but again, it's just those challenging behaviors that can often be misunderstood by the general public.
Autism Tobago has been in existence for the past 7 years and provides support for parents through their workshops. I'm Kearney Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
So we are at Daisy's Flower Shop located on Robinson Street, Scarborough, next to the Blue Crab restaurant. It was established in 1999 by Sandy Sardina after her mother insisted she find a way to put her talent and skills to good use. The Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development welcomed 3 new health committees recently. We caught up with the appointment ceremony hosted at the office of the Chief Secretary. Let's see who will be moving and shaking in health.
Meet the members of the Facilities Review Committee for Homes for the Aged as well as Homes for Children and the Research Ethics Committee of the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development. The 2 committees received their instruments of appointment at a ceremony hosted by the Secretary, Councillor Dr. Agatha Carrington. The Facilities Review Committee is chaired by Dr. Chima Ezejifor medical officer acting at the Office of the County Medical Officer of Health. His deputy is Maria Rosalina Hart. The 9-member committee will treat with the inspection, assessment, and reporting on all homes for older persons in Tobago. The committee will conduct initial and periodic assessments of homes for older persons for the purposes of the initial issuance renewals of licenses.
This act states that the committee will advise the Secretary on all matters related to the care of older persons and administer the relevant standards to be observed as we care for the older persons.
The Facilities Review Committee for Homes for Children will be chaired by pediatrician Dr. Maria Dillon Remy. Her deputy is Dr. Derek Forrester, Manager of Children and Family Services Unit of the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development.
One would recognize the challenges we have in the care for children and be responding to that, ensuring that the homes that are in Tobago, including those that are owned by or managed by NGOs or the public and private sector, that those homes meet the standards.
The other committee is the Research Ethics Committee. This committee, chaired by Dr. Donald Simeon, Professor of Biostatistics and Research at UWI St. Augustine, will provide an independent review of the ethical acceptability of all ongoing or proposed research conducted under the auspices of the Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development. The deputy of this committee is Dr. Colin MacDonald, retired Regional Advisor, Commonwealth Secretariat, London.
It's important to protect the rights of persons who take part in research, the participants. That is, persons are exposed often to various risks as part of the research process. Also, research is critical to guide policy. We need evidence really to ensure that programs, are targeted.
Both committees will serve for 2 years. I'm Caroline Wallace for Let's Talk Tobago.
Daisy's Flower Shop provides services that include floral arrangements for all occasions, fruits and gourmet baskets, corporate events, and even weddings. And here's another event, the Beach Jazz Fiesta. This was the final part of the Tobago Jazz Experience 2017. Patrons gathered from all parts of the island to see model, actress, and singer Grace Jones perform. Here's what you missed.
The Pigeon Point Heritage Park stole the spotlight as Tobagonians and visitors journeyed here to be a part of this Beach Jazz Fiesta. The event brought the curtain down on the Tobago Jazz Experience 2017. It featured live performances from local, regional, and international favorites. Panist Akanola Selon was definitely a crowd pleaser. Patrons also enjoyed live performances from sensational vocalist Arita Edmond and soul soprano Letitia Sylvester, as well as St. Lucia Jazz guitarist Ronald Boo Hinkson. Renowned contemporary saxophonist Ellen Trotman brought the crowd to their feet. The Barbadian artiste was named Jazz Artist of the Year by both the New England Music Awards and the Barbados Music Awards. Finally, the moment and the artist everyone had been waiting for. Jamaican-born model, actress and singer Grace Jones. Her unique style brought the perfect end to the Tobago Jazz Experience 2017. The Tobago Jazz Experience ran from April 22nd to the 30th, giving visitors a taste of everything Tobago: sand, sea, and sun, as well as fashion, film, art and cuisine. Definitely more than just music. I'm Kern De Freitas for Let's Talk Tobago.
When we return, we take you to World Music Night. Don't go anywhere. Let's Talk Tobago. We'll be right back.
They say it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters the most. And in the face of disaster, chaos, and panic, it is the Tobago Emergency Management Agency's comprehensive emergency response plans that will matter most to Tobago. This agency's modernized approach to emergency management is driven by technology, powered by networking, focused on community resilience, open to partnering, enhanced through training, and led by a highly competent and dedicated staff. This has positioned them as one of the premier disaster management agencies in the region and earned them Trinidad and Tobago Diamond Standard certification. Congrats, TEMA, Tobago Emergency Management Agency.
At Daisy's Flower Shop, customers can expect blooms in ravishing jewel tones or sun-drenched hues. Daisy's also imports flowers weekly and stocks a range of blooms and exotic tropicals. So Grammy Award-winning Haitian hip-hop artist Wyclef Jean ruled Pigeon Point Heritage Park last week for the Tobago Jazz Experience. Let's take in the action in this next report.
Great food, great atmosphere, and thrilling entertainment. World Music Night led hundreds of patrons to the Pigeon Point Heritage Park. This year, it was all about Grammy Award-winning Haitian hip-hop recording artist Wyclef Jean, who stole the show in place of American R&B sensation D'Angelo. The featured artist for the night had the crowd singing the words of every song he performed, much to his surprise.
She was that girl that made me do the hula hoop running gym. Just to get a peek again, she's a high school. She was that girl that made me do the hula hoop running gym. Just to get a peek again, she's a tonight. You know my heart don't lie, and I'm starting to feel you, boy. Come on, let's go. Sing. So on for that. Baby, know I'm on tonight. You know my hips don't lie. I'm starting to feel it's right. All the attraction. Sing. Everybody dance now.
There were other exciting performances, and the crowd at the Pigeon Point Heritage Park could not get enough.
Look out, the sun coming out to play. Look, the vibes feeling up, cause body love in your cup. There we dance, sons. Let the vibes turn it up. Let we jam. Just hold them on. Hold them on. Ready? Bump and run. Hold them on. Just hold them on. Walk them. Hold them on. Walk them. There we go. Hold them on. One, take a jump. Two, take a jump. One, two. In Tobago, we're having a party. Penny, fan you. Come now, watch a jolly girl, them whiny. Whiny, fan you. In Tobago, we're having a party. Penny, fan you. Come now, watch a jolly girl, them whiny. Whiny, fan you. In the wood, them original.
It was a night to remember when music from around the world took center stage. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
Sandy's passion for love and fragrance inspired her to create two lines, Fresh by Daisies, a bath and body collection, and Jubela, a luxury line of candles inspired by the beauty of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, fashionistas at the Magdalena Grand were treated to a parade of local fashion at the annual Fashion Coda event. The pieces, created by local designers, reflected different themes. Crystal George tells us more.
Fashion continues to create excitement in Tobago, and it showed at the Tobago Fashion Coda 2017, which continues to grow each year. In its 5th year, the show theme, Happiness, continues to attract fashion enthusiasts from all over. It adds fashion, art, music, entertainment, and cuisine style to complement the Tobago Jazz Experience. Sharply dressed patrons enjoy exclusive fashion showcasing local talent. The cast of designers for Tobago Fashion Coda is always impressive, and this year was not an exception. Designers such as Sharon Lochan Das, Dale Angus, Ecliffe Eli, Crystal Fensum, Mickles, and Caribbean Breeze. The curtains came down on the night with thrilling performances by Carnival breakout artist 2017 Adana and veteran calypso star Winston Bailey, the Mighty Shadow. Music had no friends or enemies, everybody could think of it. I'm Crystal George for Let's Talk Tobago.
And it's time to have Your Say, the segment of our program where we hear what you, the viewers, have to say. Today we're asking, how can we contribute to workplace safety? While you think about it, we'll have a look at who had their say this week.
I'm on the outside, so that has to do with the vehicle. So I would normally check my vehicle on a daily basis, make sure it is in good operational form.
We must be sure that we have good tiles on the floor, safe tiles, and that your footwear must be the right footwear to work in your environment, especially if it's a food environment. And also you need proper sanitation.
I maintain a CPR and first aid awareness for the safety of the mature clientele in which I deal with.
It falls on the employer to educate the employees, to let them know what is expected of them to be as healthy as possible. But we don't joke about health at the TTSBC. It's really what it's all about.
By just ensuring that my workplace is a clean environment for patients to come and interact, you know?
We close another edition of Let's Talk Tobago, and as always, we thank you for watching. Please email us with your comments or queries about the program, and be sure to visit our website, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. From our house to yours, I'm Davia Chambers, along with the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly, wishing you a safe and very productive week. We close now with a montage of the Chief Secretary's visit to SEA students of the Wim Anglican Primary School. We hope you enjoy.
You are gonna turn out fine. Oh, you turn out fine. Fine. Oh, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, and you can let your head down.